Hello and welcome back. This is Dane with another video. This is going to be part 2 of the Imperial Field Knife Kit that I purchased recently. If you didn't see part 1, I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. But I recently purchased a kit from Buckethead Props. I'll also link his channel in the description. And he made a limited run of the Imperial Field Knife Kit from Solo, the concept art book. But in this video I'm going to finish it, so that means I'm going to refine all the aluminum parts, sand the resin handle down, buff these little insignias, finish assembly, and then paint it. Now the original prop has a dark brown handle, but I was thinking about doing something a little different, and I thought more like a dark subtle red, kind of like something that would belong to some special trooper or maybe a Royal Guard. The Royal Guards are my favorite from Star Wars. I also made a quick and dirty corrugated cardboard stand. I'm gonna make something a little bit nicer, but this just helped prop up the knife for the video. So I'm gonna get started and hope you enjoy the video. First off, I'm going to start with the bevel on the blade. Now I don't have a grinder. I have hand files. It's gonna take a while, but aluminum's pretty soft, and that's the best thing I can do right now. I'm just gonna start beveling this edge, and for polishing, I think I have some tools around where I can polish it, or I might be able to hand polish it to a certain extent, but we'll see what happens. I'm also going to sand the edges of the blade and the hilts, because it has like a sandy texture from when it was cut, and hopefully I should get that nice and smooth. Now the hilt, I might make a different color, maybe like a black, or maybe I'll keep it this same color, because I'm kind of going for a different look than what you see in the concept book. Alright, after lots of grinding, here's what I got on the bevel. Not the cleanest since I did it by hand, but I think it's decent. I'm not going to mess with it more. I went to a 400 grit, but I'm going to have to go even higher to get a smoother finish. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on this resin handle, get rid of those seam lines, and sand this down smooth. Now that the handle is all sanded, it's time to prime it. I'm in a new workspace or new work area. I moved into, now I'll go, ow. Here it is. It's a little crowded, but it's definitely a lot better. I've got 2 racks of storage, which is awesome. And behind this, look at this. Oh, more storage. Whoop. In the meantime, my desks are right here. My workbenches, if you want to call it that. And I'm just going to continue working on the knife. And primed with a flat black. Here is the emblem, Imperial emblem. Just going to see if I can sand this resin down a little bit on the back so it fits nicely. There we go. Nice and flush. Before I continue, I'm going to actually hit this with some steel wool, and that should buff it enough to be shiny. Just gonna do a little bit. It's definitely more visible in person than it is on camera, but when you get the right angle you can see that this one looks a little bit more like metal. Really happy with that. That looks good. Alright, I got both the blade and the hilt sanded up to a 2000 grit. And now I'm going to polish it with some Brasso, and we'll see how that goes. That looks better already. Still not great, but I'm gonna go with it. Here's the side polished with Brasso, and here's the other side not polished with Brasso. It's easier to tell in person, but it's super subtle on camera. And here we are. The blade is fully polished. The hilt guard is also been polished and painted a flat black. And the handle is painted it's more like a dark brown. I thought it was going to be more purple, but my colors came out a little weird, so it's more like a dark brown. Now it is time to assemble. 2-part epoxy. Take my stir stick, stir these together really well. Take a galoopy amount, right there. Let's see. Now that the blade is fully assembled, it's time for a quick weathering. I'm just going to use some black and brown mixture of acrylic paint and just do a whole wash over the entire thing. Hopefully bring out some more details, especially in the grooves and the emblems. And I'm just going to use this brush, and I'll go from there and see if I need to add more or use a different technique. Whoops, forgot to start recording, but just going at it. Hopefully this looks a little bit more like dirt and grime and oil. Let's see, and just wipe most of that away. So just like that, very subtle, but that's what I want. And now, ta-da! I'm done weathering. And now, how many times will I say and now? And now I'm going to show you some close-up shots, and that will be it. Here is the final knife, all assembled and finished and painted and weathered. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I was originally going to have the handle a dark red, but I ended up messing up with the acrylic paint mixture and came up with a slightly different color. It's a very dark brown. It almost looks black on camera, but looks good. I'm happy with it. Tell me what you think in the comments, and you can compare it to Buckethead Props. His knife on his channel, I'll put a link in the description. He's the one that had this kit designed and made. He followed the concept art from Solo and made his own knife, and then made a bunch of kits and sold them. And this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like or a comment. I would love to know what you think of it, and hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.